We are going to be looking at problem number 20 from section 3.2. In this particular problem, we are asked to solve by factoring using a graphing utility as an aid. If we are going to solve this problem, I'm setting up my pointer here a second. If we are going to solve this by factoring, what we need to do is we need to factor this into some form where I'm going to have x, and this would be minus something times x minus something is equal to 0. Now I know this is true because to have the x squared here, I have to have x times x. Since this is a positive, these two signs must be the same. Since this one here is a negative, they must both be negative. And so now we want to use our calculator as an aid to graphing here. So getting my cursor here, turn it on. What we're going to do is we're going to graph this particular equation. So I'm going to, or function. So I'm going to have x squared minus 32x and plus 112. So we're going to try to graph this and see what we get. Let's change our window here. I'm going to change my window to a good old number 5 here. No, number 6. That's just a standard window. And I don't know why I still have all of the grid on here. Let me get that off a second so we can see it better. Here we are. Here's this graph. Now, looking at this particular graph, I don't see too much, but this particular parabola is going to come down and around and over. And so what we want to do is we can see that this coordinate here appears to be about 4. And we can check that by using our calc menu and going down to number 2 for 0. And if I use the left bound, let's move this thing over a little bit so I see it on the cursor on the screen here. So I'm moving it to the right till I can see it. Ah, there it is. So I'm going to use that as a left bound. Now if I move it a little bit further, I can use this as a right bound. And then moving it close to the middle, that's going to be my guess. And so, lo and behold, this is 4. Now remember from our discussion before that if we have an x-intercept or a 0 of a function, that relates to x minus whatever this number here is. And so one of my numbers is going to be a 4. And so I'm going to have x minus 4. And then on this side over here, I'm going to take this 4 and divide it into the 128. So if I divide 4 into the, 112, if I divide 4 into 112, 4 goes into here 2 times with, let's see, that's going to 8, that's going to give me a 3, so into 32 gives me 28. And so this number here is going to be 28. Now solving this, then, if I set each of these factors equal to 0, one of them, if I set x minus 4 equal to 0, that's going to give me that x is equal to 4. If I set x minus 28 equal to 0, that's going to give me x is equal to 28. And so my two solutions for this are going to be solutions are going to be 4, and the other one is 28. I just put this in set notation. That completes this particular exercise.